Comparative advantage is a theory of trade. It explains why people trade and which goods people should trade if they want to maximize their well-being. It's actually useful to understand comparative advantage to begin with a false theory, a very plausible but incorrect theory of trade, namely the theory of absolute advantage. So let's consider a simple model. Let's suppose that labor is the only good used in production and that we can produce computers or shirts. Now let's suppose that in Mexico it takes 12 units of labor to produce one computer. And again in Mexico it takes 2 units of labor to produce one shirt. Now let's compare with the United States. To make it simple, we'll suppose that in the United States it takes just 1 unit of labor to make one computer and 1 unit of labor to create one shirt. Now, from the absolute advantage theory of trade, it may seem obvious that there in fact will be no trade here. It may seem obvious that the United States will outcompete Mexico on all margins. After all, the United States in this example is much more productive at producing computers and also more productive at producing shirts than Mexico. So this is a case where we might think, well, the United States is so much better at producing both computers and shirts that certainly there's no reason for the United States to trade with Mexico, its less productive neighbor. That's the theory of absolute advantage. It's very plausible. It's also very wrong. To see why it's wrong, let's take another simple example.